less formal.
Yes.
Right?
Like, there's no specific. I don't know. We're just gonna kind of see. I have no idea.
Where things go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Echale Ganas Talks. I am Erika, your host, and this is Esmeralda, my friend. She's also my hairstylist, so she makes me look beautiful, my hair look nice. So we decided to do this just because I feel like we are ready to just kind of talk about life and just some experiences that we've been through that I feel like could bless you guys, help you guys, or even just relate. More than anything, I pray that through this we also have healing and just able to have fun. I think that's the most important thing. So Esme, do you want to introduce yourself? Just kind of talk about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm Erica's hairstylist. That's what I do. I'm a hairstylist for the last 2 years now. So a little bit about me. I want to just say that I'm pretty much like an open book.
Mm-hmm.
I really am very open when it comes to just who I am. I've been here in San Jacinto for the past maybe like 12, 15 years.
Okay.
I immigrated here from Mexico when I was 7 years old. So I feel like, I'm very grateful for my parents to have given us the opportunity for a better life. So when I do see that side of life and that lens, it does help give me a different point of view of life.
Okay.
So I feel like right now, just where I've been lately, just is kind of like an open book.
Yeah.
Just letting life and God just kind of
lead the way.
Yeah.
How was that? How was adjusting coming from, from Mexico being 7 years old? Porque ya at 7 years old, you're pretty much like,
You're up.
You're exactly, and I would think that'd be like a culture shock in a way, or how was that just adjusting to life here?
Yeah. It was a little difficult. I think, well, first and foremost, like I said, just very grateful because I feel like this was all God's plan.
Yeah.
With the decisions that my parents had to make, but coming here at 7 years old, like you said, like you already kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
You already adapted to say like you're already in first grade.
Yep.
So it's like coming to a new country without speaking the language was a little bit hard.
Yeah.
Because you kind of, it's like a new world.
It is, yeah.
Everything that's around you, you have like, this is so new and fresh to you. So I did struggle, I want to say, the first like 5 years without speaking the language. So it wasn't until like 5th grade
that
you
I
were
was like
starting to kind of pick it up. And that did take a little toll on me just because you were advancing in the grade levels without me having any knowledge of what it's like just a simple thing.
Yeah.
So when I went to middle school, high school, I felt like I was a little behind because everybody was just so advanced as in like understanding the levels that we're, learning. And I'm just like, what's going on?
Like, where am I? Yeah. And then also, I mean, I'm sure like, okay, the curriculum is taught, or certain things are taught different in Mexico than they are here, The good thing is though that I do feel like kids adjust, like they just find a way to adjust to their surroundings, to the situations that they're in.
Like picks up on its own.
And I feel like it's harder for us as adults.
Right.
Kids are just like, okay, well, like I have to make new friends, and I'm not saying it's easy, right? But I feel like we as adults, it's a lot harder to adjust.
To learn. It's kind of funny because I have no idea how I even learned the language. Like you said, it's just something that like picked up on its own from just maybe hearing other kids talk in school, watching TV. I think, and then just naturally, I just picked it up.
Yeah, because you literally have no accent, so I would never have gone. And that's what I told you when we first met. I was like, girl, I would never have guessed, But that's a good thing. That is really, really good. Through your life and like obviously coming over here, that was a whole change in everything. Do you feel like there was like a moment in your life or something like an event in your life that like really shaped the person that you are today? And I know that's kind of, you could go so many ways with that because like it's been so many years that you've already been here and so many experiences and things happen. But is there anything that you could be like that really truly probably either got me to where I am today, helped me become the person I am today, or like?
I don't think there's a specific moment in my life that kind of shaped me. I would say that is just the struggles of the everyday life. I think that just shapes us as individuals as we just keep growing up, from like, you know, the teenage years to your young adult years to now me being 27 years old and now I'm an adult, you know. I think before you're not grateful for the struggles and the losses and like the downfalls. So I think it's nice when, now that we're mature, we get to see our past lives and we're like, okay, all of these things happen for a reason. So I don't think I have a specific, you know, situation that shaped who I am. I think that just growing kind of just shapes us as
and that comes
every day.
And that comes like with what you said, events, like life struggles, events in our life. And I do believe, and I'm a very strong believer too, in like that everything happens for a reason, girl. Because, you know, we in our minds, like even as little kids, like we grew up thinking like life is gonna be like this, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, or even like, oh, by this age, I'm already gonna have this, and this, and this, and then you grow up and you're like, that's not how it happens, you know. Because we go through so many things, so many unexpected things happen in our lives that and like I've said before, I feel like those things come with like either they're going to teach us a lesson or they're even preparing us for something greater.
Right. Yeah, I do believe that there's a lesson in everything. Yeah. I don't consider like struggles or setbacks as in like something's bad's happening to me, just because now that I am like a believer in God, I do have faith in Him, knowing that He is shaping us and molding us into creating, you know, the better version of ourselves. And sometimes we won't even see that side of us until we face those hardships that are meant to make us like critically think, how can I solve these issues? Or what is it that I should take from this? Because this is happening for a purpose, for a reason. So instead of like, oh my God, I just got a flat tire, I'm so sad, you know, like,
or whatever.
I was late to work. What if there was a car accident 5 minutes ahead of you? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, these are just little setbacks.
And we don't even think about that stuff in that moment. You're like, freaking tire, you know?
But I think it's having just gratitude with everything.
I love that.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
And with your faith, like, where did God come into your life, or like that personal relationship with God? Like what changed or what made you seek Him in your life? Because you're the only one in your house that's a believer, right? Or like that goes to like Christian church?
Right. So we are, my family is a Catholic.
Mine too.
Home.
Yeah.
But me personally, I kind of switched, you know, roles a little bit. I wanted to just kind of experience God for myself.
For yourself.
I want to say when it was like my teenage years.
Wow.
That's not when I found Christ. I found Christ when I was probably like 22, 23 years old. I had a traumatic event that happened to me. I got alcohol poisoning.
What?
Yeah. So I feel like I went through this like rabbit hole in the situation, and God literally saved me.
Wow.
And I felt like I woke up safe, you know, and I was safe, and I was like, God did that, you know?
Yeah,
because out of all the things that could have gone wrong,
so many things.
And since then, I knew like, okay, He's protecting me for something greater than myself.
Yep.
And I know that's when He came along, because I wasn't always a believer. I literally wanted nothing to do with God when I was like, I want to say from like 13 till like 20, I didn't want to hear Him. I didn't care. Like, I didn't want to even, just hearing His name, Jesus, was just like an eye roll.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But that's like the most amazing part of this, Esmeralda, is that that's how we know he chooses us. Like, we don't choose him.
Right. Because we try to like kick him.
No, you're like, I don't want to know nothing. Like, right. I'm not interested. Thanks, but no, not right. maybe next year. Yeah. Maybe like, but I'm not interested.
Right.
But he's like, nope, I chose you.
Right.
And it's usually in the most ugliest situations where we have nowhere else to look. Like
or you just know that
had to be him.
Right. Exactly. And it's so beautiful now because I'm like, dang, at one point in my life, I wanted nothing to do with him. I didn't believe, and it's not that I did believe in God. It's just, I had a lot of like, there's just trauma at home for a certain amount of time. And that was kind of like the topic, and it was just irritating.
Yeah, because you're like,
hearing it.
Why is all this going on here? And you guys are talking about God. Or like, how are you this way? But like,
but then
that's the same at my house.
I was just like, whenever he would come into topic or just God, I just roll my eyes and just not want to hear it. And then, like you said, he comes and he chooses the chosen ones. And that's how I felt like he gave me like that wake up call. Like, like I'm real. You don't want to, you don't believe it. You don't see
but
it.
Look.
But look, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think since I was like 22, 23, he came into my life, and now I've been in this journey for the last 3 years, and I wouldn't look back.
What do you think is like the biggest change, or what do you see that like in yourself, like with having God first and putting God first? Like, what difference does your life look like just putting him first?
There's not specifically anything surrounding that changed. My heart changed.
Our hearts, yes.
Yeah. My heart was very angry for the longest time. I had a lot of anger built up in me. I was just mean, mad at the world, mad at people for just, life events, traumas. And with him, just building that bond, the relationship, seeking him first, he slowly just started changing from my heart, from dark to like light, like transforming. Yeah. And now I feel like my heart is like light and like healed. Pure. Right. It's not 100% healed, but it's like I don't feel angry at the world anymore, or I don't feel all of these resentments or like this weight on your shoulders. So I think that's the beautiful thing about God, that he transforms you. He transforms you from within.
Yes, girl,
first.
yes.
And then once he changes you from within, then everything around you starts to like change. Yeah. So I think that is the best part.
And I feel like, you're right. And I feel like the most beautiful part too is like you didn't have to do anything.
Right.
You don't have to do nothing. Like, you just come to him as we are. Like, I don't have to be perfect. I don't even have to change the way I think, the way I act, what I do. Like, I just come to you and tell you, Lord, like, this is what, like, I need you.
Right.
And he'll take care of everything. And that's, like, such a misconception I feel like people have, is, like, I don't know if they just don't, well, I'll speak for myself, like, feel worthy of, like, worthy of God, or you just think like you're so messed up, like you have so much sin or so much stuff has happened in your life that you're not even worthy of his grace and his love. And it's like, no, it's the complete opposite, because he loves us. Like, we're worthy of it.
Or just sometimes you probably feel like, what makes you think me out of 30 million people in the world?
Why
like,
me?
Why me? Like, what's so special about me? But it's just like, we're all here because God wanted us to be here.
Yes, absolutely.
From like the smallest of creatures to like us
where we're
humans.
at today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I first started seeking God, it was because I was going through a really like toxic relationship. So I felt like I didn't have, like you said, like I didn't have anything else. So it's just like the only person that I had to lean on was just him. Yeah. And I started kind of, I forgot exactly Matthew's quote, but like, seek God first and then the rest will come. Yep. I was just so hungry to change and be better because I was always so like angry, sad, depressed, anxious. And I knew that I wanted to be better, and knew I wanted to be different. So I just started to go to church by myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I didn't want to go.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes I'd be there and I wouldn't even be listening.
No, your mind's like somewhere else.
My mind is somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I was like, as long as like I'm showing up and I'm trying to change myself, even if sometimes it goes in from one ear,
it doesn't matter.
Out the ear there,
it doesn't matter.
It's like the fact if you just
you're there,
go and you show up for yourself, it's kind of telling God like,
I'm here. Do something, Lord.
I'm really seeking for you.
I'm searching for you.
Like I'm calling you for help. And I'd be at church sometimes and I'd be like, God, like I'm sorry that I'm not paying attention, but it's just my mind is like
so much going on
right now. And I just want you to come and help me.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the consistency of like little baby steps to try to like find him. He hears you.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like slowly but surely, that's when like all the healing just started to like come about. So that was nice.
How was that toxic relationship? How was that?
That was a roller coaster ride for like 3 years. Yes. Yeah, a toxic relationship, mostly like emotional. You know.
Yep.
All the emotional challenges that come with that. For the longest time during that relationship, I was just kind of like, I would always pray, like, God, like, make this work, you know? Like, why is this not working? Like, I'm doing everything that I can, you know? Like, I'm showing this person how much I care, how much I love him. Like, I'm X, Y, and Z. Like, why are you not answering, like, my prayers? And I do, but it's like, I had to learn the hard way that God would never give you peace somewhere you're not meant to be.
Yes, girl.
And I felt like I had to go through so much for me to kind of also
really reflect,
and then see like my true value.
Yes, girl, yes.
Because sometimes some people are just blinded with what's in front of them. But that has nothing to do with you.
No.
It's the other person. So I felt like I'm pretty sure there's many people who are right now in toxic relationships and they feel like it's hard to leave because it is.
It is.
It's not easy.
Not I think if it was easy, nobody would be in them, right? You know? Right. But I don't know if because you really, like, I feel like it has to do also with our self-esteem and people making us feel like that's the best or that's it's not going to get better than this. Like, this is all that you're going to get. And then, you know, you kind of learn to just adjust to the hurt.
It's hard when you love somebody and then,
absolutely,
you know,
it's not easy
to walk away because you plan your life with somebody and it doesn't work out. But all of those hardships and all of those hard times was just God working in me. Yeah.
And I was going to say that. So, you know how you're like, that you were praying, like, why is this, you know, he not changing, or why isn't this working? Like, I'm asking, but he was showing you time after time, like, okay, honey, you're not going to learn the easy way. Like, te pasan cosas. And it sucks because God doesn't punish us. That's, no, he doesn't punish us. It's like, he gives us free will to make the choices that we want. And the thing is, he's always there. And now we look back or like, now you can look back into that and say, like, I know he never left my side. Like, he never did.
Right. And like you said, I don't think God also punishes us.
No.
Because I tell everybody, I'm like, God will never make us go through pain for no reason.
Yeah.
God has a purpose for every situation that happens to us. Even if it's the worst situations of the worst, like he is doing that either for self-reflection, for growth, for strength within, for emotional intelligence. Everything just plays a part into his plan. So me looking back at, you know, all of those hard times being with, like, you know, somebody that wasn't for me. I'm so much stronger now. So, like, I really am grateful for all of those hard times because it's what they say, what doesn't hurt us won't break us. But it's just like, it didn't break me.
No.
And that showed me how strong I could be. And I could really, get out of any situation with just God's strength.
And in the midst of all that, like, now looking back, like, now you're able to help somebody else. Maybe, somebody might come to you, or like, especially like being a hairstylist, you hear honestly, all of our
I love that about my job too, because
you hear everybody's job,
with so many girls, and I hear so
our
many girls'
problems.
Stories, and girls come, and I think being a hairstylist is like a little, you spend a couple hours with somebody, so it's just you and that person, and it allows other people to unwind and compose. Because what I learned in this field of work is that some people don't have anybody to talk to.
That's really sad.
So it's the little things, as even going to go get your hair done, that allows you to kind of distress and have somebody like myself that I open to talk to a bunch of girls, and I hear a bunch of girls' stories, and I think I use God as an example because He really is the sources of all the problems.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah. So I feel like I really do like what I do because it allows me to connect with other people and girls, and just learn from other people's mistakes too, or then they can learn from my mistakes. Yeah.
Or they come with advice for you, things that they're like, girl, no, like, keep going, like,
and especially because, like I said, like, I was able to get out of something that I thought I couldn't move on from, and now I know it's possible.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like, when I see other people, or when I hear stories or girls trying to ask me for advice, I'm like, it is possible, because I was one of the people who thought, like,
not gonna be able to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then God willingly did what He had to do, and He just changed my life around.
Yeah, and He's using you now.
Yeah.
He's using you. Yeah. He's using your testimony. He's using you as a instrument to talk to other women, to have that, because I feel like even when I met you, like, it's funny because I even came home and I told my husband, like, oh my God, I feel like I've known her forever. Like, we just clicked. And I am just a talkative person anyways, regardless. But I was like, no, there's like something different about her. Like, she has a spark. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. But like, I was like, I feel like I've known her my whole life. Yeah. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, we meet people, and like, I really feel like that. Yes, and I was just lazy that day. Like, I did not want to do my own hair. So I was like, I want someone to do my hair. I don't want to do my own hair for this event. And like, who would have known, But that's what I'm saying. Like, everything happens for a reason. Like, or you meet people
in your path, because
yes, He does.
It's like, you just, I learn from you and you learn from me, and that's the great thing about just,
meeting
people or just building like a community, because then it's like, we don't have to do things on our own. So that's
and we always feel like we do.
Yeah.
But that's so big, because I don't know if I don't know in what it is. I don't know if it's maybe a culture thing too. Like, we have to figure everything out. Like, you have to figure it out, or like, no, don't ask for help, or like, no, get it. Like, I don't know what it is. Right? Like,
I think it's the first generation
I don't know what it is.
Our parents, because I feel like they installed that
mindset,
like, hard mindset, as into like, you have to figure it out. It's just you, like, go work, go get a job, go do this, and then we have to be independent and just figure things out on our own. But the good thing about, like you said, now in society, is just like, it doesn't have to be that way. There's help everywhere.
There really is, girl. Yes.
Church, God. It's as little as just sitting in your car. And I just tell a lot of people, like my friends, and I'm just how I'm talking to you is how I just sit in my car and I like talk to God sometimes.
Just a conversation.
Yeah.
No formalities. Just like, sometimes you can even sit in your car and like not even have anything to say. Like, I don't even know what to say, God. Like, you already know the situation. Right. I'm just going to trust you. Like, sometimes that's even communication with Him. It's just like, not even just sit.
Because sometimes we don't have words.
Girl, no.
Sometimes we don't even know how we feel, what to do. And like you said, it's just like, hey God, like, I don't even know what to say, but I know you know how I feel right now.
Yeah.
And I just please help me. Like what I tell everybody, just pray for you to have a lighter heart every single day. And slowly he'll just start like working in you.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
And hairstyling, is this all you're going to be doing? Are you doing something else? What do you see, or what plans and goals do you have for your future?
Yeah, so I've recently enrolled myself at MSJC. Mm-hmm. So I went back to college.
That's good. That's so good. You should be so proud of yourself. You should, because it's not easy, and
it's not easy. Mm-hmm. But I'm really proud of myself, because this is something that I've always wanted to do, but it was just not, like you said. Everything happens for a reason, and God's timing is the best timing. Because I tried it before becoming a hairstylist, and it didn't work out, and now I just heard Him telling me, like, you need to go back, and I was just like, okay, well, I need to go. Like, I wanted to do it for myself, but I just had this feeling that I just had to go do it. So I finished my first semester in psychology.
Wow.
Because being a hairstylist allows me to talk to so many people. And I feel like I'm sometimes people's therapist.
I was going to say that. You're our therapist. We come in here and just start telling you our whole life.
Literally. And I'm just like, and it really is so rewarding knowing that you can just kind of lighten someone's like spirit. Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Or just allowing people to feel heard. Because a lot of people just want to feel heard.
Yeah.
And feel seen.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of, in this society, people are so selfish to where it's just about them.
Yep.
And people don't care about other people but themselves. And I'm just like, that's not how God wants us to live.
No.
God wants us to serve people. God wants us to care for people. God wants us to care and like just be genuine and be nice and treat people with kindness and respect. And I feel like this line of work has allowed me to
do that,
remove myself and just step forward as being like a helping hand for people. And just, I listen to these girls and I try my best, to just, I wouldn't give somebody advice that I haven't taken myself, or I wouldn't know that it's
not going to good for them.
Work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that kind of, the whole inner work that I've been doing for the last like 4 years kind of allowed me to be into psychology, because I was so eager to become better. Because I was angry, I was mad, I was in a toxic relationship. Yeah. I was bouncing from like job to job. I was so unsure and confused. And I'm like, this is not how I want to live my life. Yeah. This is not where I want to be. And I'm like, I have to change myself. Because if I don't change and I don't hold myself to the high standard, society and everybody else around me is not going to respect me or like see me for what I could possibly become. So I think that's when I was so eager to seek God and just work in myself to just create a different version of myself. And now that I'm in psychology, I think I would like to help other people kind of see that side of themselves. Because people are just so closed off in their own shells.
Yes, or with their pain.
Right.
Their pain,
they don't believe that you can change, but we could change.
Yes.
But it first has to start with you, though.
You have to want it. And I see that's the thing. Like, okay, so God is like, He's such a good God that He loves to bless His children. Right. It's like us as parents, right? We love to see the look on our kids' faces when we get them what they want, or they've been asking for something and they finally get it and they're like so happy. Right. I feel like He's so ready to do that for us, but we're not ready to receive it. Like, I feel like He sees a moment, like you said, His timing is so perfect. Like, she's got to go through all this to be where she's at, so she knows what to do with the blessing that I'm going to give her. And we have to go through, like, things and things and things. And sometimes He's just preparing us. He's preparing us for that thing that we've been praying for. Or sometimes you're praying, right? And it's like, it's quiet. I'm like, why, God? Why haven't you answered me? Like, my sister over here, my friend over here, like, they don't even believe in you, and they're like getting blessed, but it's not about that, you know? And I've had those thoughts where I'm like, how come they're so successful? Like, why are these people thriving? And like, I'm over here trying to be obedient and trying to do things right. And like, but that's not it. Like, he is preparing you for that thing that you've been praying for, or for that blessing that's coming. And when he sees that you're either already the person that he wants you to be, or have the mindset, or even simply like forgive and be into that like healed stage or healing stage. Because like you said, sometimes we're not even completely healed. Like, we're still in the process or whatever. But it's like, he's got to be able to work, you know? And I feel like that comes with everything. Like, now that you're in a place, like, you've been through so many things that you now, like, he's preparing you for something so big, Esmeralda, like, so big. I know it. I feel it. Like, it's going to be like, you're going to look back and be like, that had to happen.
Right. And like you said, God is waiting to bless us with all of these great things. But like you said, we're not ready to
exactly it. Girl,
he knows that if I give you this blessing, are you going to be able to handle it, and can you uphold it and maintain it? And sometimes the harsh reality is that we're not. And that's why he makes us go through all these obstacles for us to kind of comprehend and understand, and also just appreciate things.
Yes.
Because sometimes we're just ungrateful with the smallest things.
The smallest stuff. So he's like, how can I give you?
Right. So how can I give you something bigger when you can't even appreciate the
little things?
So I think...
I love that, because that's so true.
And like you said, he had to make me go through all of these obstacles for me to just value life and be grateful and just have like gratitude for like the smallest of things. Because for example, like a house is a blessing, having a roof is a blessing, having hot water is a blessing. There's people in this world that don't have hot water, and people just think that it's just hot water. Like, no. Sometimes we're living a life that other people are praying to have.
Yes.
And people don't see that.
Yes.
So when you have that much gratitude, and that's how I know that he changed me from within, because I'm seeing everything outside of like my mind as like, I just see God everywhere.
Your perspective changed.
Exactly. Because nothing's ours. I had nothing is ours. Everything is God's.
Yep.
He gave us everything. Yes, we worked for money, but who gave you the job?
Exactly. And just like that, tomorrow that job could be gone.
Right. Exactly. So I think when people start to change their perspective of just life in general, they're gonna see the biggest blessings that there is like around
living in gratitude, and really just being thankful for the smallest things. And that has to happen.
But I would have not had appreciated all of those things if it wasn't for all the hard things that I went through.
Even like this morning, we woke up and it was like freezing in the house. Like, I was so cold. Manny, my husband, he's like, oh my God, bring me another blanket, like it's freezing. I was like, oh, I'll just turn on the heater. And then before like I sat down and did my reading and my prayer and everything. And I even literally, that was my prayer today. Like, God, thank you that we have it so well that I could just turn on a switch and we're comfortable. Like that, we have the ability to do that when there's people right now that are freezing, like all the homeless people.
It's really a luxury.
That's what I'm saying. But we take those things so like for granted. You know, like, oh, we complain about like, oh, this isn't like doing this as fast, or this isn't working, or like, but it's like you forget, or at least I do. I'll speak for myself. Like, I forget sometimes how grateful I really am. How grateful I am. And like what you said, there's people out there praying, they see your life and they're like, gosh, I wish I could have her life. Like, she's, oh my God, this, like, look at how, like, she's so successful and all this stuff. But like, they don't know what you had to go through to get where you're at today. Right. But like,
people don't know that like, it's still an everyday battle.
It is.
Because every day is not perfect.
No,
like,
you're right.
Yeah. You know, it's nice that I found God and I'm a believer and now my faith is so big. But every day it's still what I had to learn the hard way, because this is something that I struggled with, is you had to wake up and decide what you're going to choose like how you're gonna live your day.
Yes.
And it's like that saying is like, God came and he died for us and our sins. So it's like I wake up and I just had to remind myself that I had to live my life for God.
Yes.
You know, because he really did come and save me. And
he
I don't know.
For us.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would do that for us? Nobody.
Right.
Nobody would do that. More than anything, like give up their son, like their only son for us, just to save this world that even like rejects him. Like knowing that.
That's so, yeah.
That's an unconditional act of love. Like it amazes me. You know, if there's nothing to be thankful for today, you woke up.
Right.
And God is here. God is with you. Acknowledge him.
Yeah.
And, you know, that alone, doing that every day, for me at least, it has made a big difference. And I am a person that I feel like lately I like lose my patience. I feel like I don't have patience sometimes. I'm like, God help me, you know?
Yeah, because life happens.
Life happens. You know? Yeah, just because you
we're human.
Yes.
We're not perfect.
No, and it's so hard. Yes.
Too, but it's just having that self-awareness too, where it's just like, okay, hold up, like this happened. Okay, let me take a step back.
Yeah.
Let me, like you said, let me take a breather. Let me relax. It's not that serious.
Yeah, and a lot of times it really isn't.
It's not.
But we just go from 0 to 100, and it's like you look back and you're like, oh my God, like I totally overreacted. Like that wasn't even that. It wasn't even that bad. And I have to remind myself, especially with my kids, like I feel like I have to remind myself that a lot.
Yeah.
With my littles, I have to be like, okay, well, if I'm frustrated or angry, like it's not their fault, and you know. And it's hard sometimes so that's another thing too, is like, okay, people might think like, oh, because, you know, she goes to church, or because she talks about God, or because she reads the Bible now, or whatever, like, you're not going to be perfect. Like, you're still going to make mistakes. That doesn't make you any different.
We're still battling
girl.
Everyday life.
And that doesn't make you any better or any worse than anybody else. Like, I'm still just a sinner like you. I am still just a person like you. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a wife, just like everybody else. Like, there's nothing different. The only difference is that I feel like I don't have to worry. Like, I'll just be like, God's gonna he has my back, and like,
I think that's
I don't have to worry about anything.
Is having just trust. I think that's one of the biggest things that I'm working on this current year, is just learning how to trust him.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we want to have control over our own lives.
That was me.
That was me all last year.
That was me, and
I'm like,
ask me how that worked out for me.
I'm like,
not good.
Make a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C, just in case this one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. But it's just like, what makes you think that you have control of everything that's gonna happen to you?
So why do you think we do that? Why do you think we have to like have, like, this doesn't work out like this? If this doesn't work out, why do you think we're like that?
Society, I would say, and just kind of meeting up expectations.
Yeah.
Perhaps from like, you see, I think it's also the mistake that we make is comparison.
Yes.
With other people.
Yep.
Because like you said, like, why are other people living a better life than I am, when I know I'm following your word, I'm being obedient? Why aren't you not, putting me at the top? But it's just like, that's our biggest mistake.
Yeah.
As comparing ourselves, because God has a plan for every single person. And just because this person is living a better life than you, you don't know how they are internally
spiritually. Yeah.
So, and it's like, you have, say, the rich who are sad and depressed, but then you have the poor who are happy.
Yes.
And it's just status and money that doesn't really make you any better than the other person.
Right.
And I think that's where we make our mistakes. And like you said, we're so hard on controlling our lives and having like plans wanting to work out. But it's just like, I had to learn that the hard way, where it's just like, all of my plans have never worked out.
Yeah. Mine either.
Everything that I wanted to do,
Mine
God
either.
is like, that one saying, like, oh, you want to make God laugh, like, tell him your plans.
And yeah, he'd be like, ay, mija, you don't even know what's going
on. So I think I've seen that with my own life, and I finally was at a point this year where I was just like, starting the year, since we're in January now, I'm not making a plan.
Yeah.
I just said, like, you know what, God, I'm going to live for you. I'm going to try to be as obedient as I can. I know, because me personally, I know that there's still some things that I'm battling with and struggling to work on. But it's just having that self-awareness that you know these areas that you need to work on. And all I'm going to do is just now, like, tell God, like, this year, I don't want to plan anything.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to lead the way, and I'm going to just trust you, because I've always tried to take control of my own life and everything around me.
It worked out.
Yeah. So at this point, what else do I have besides just having to trust you?
Yeah.
I have nothing to lose. I've already been at the bottom. I know what it's like to be a little bit on the high side. And I've always been the type of person that I've never been scared to start from zero.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, I think that's something that I think a trait that I like about myself is just growing up. I've always, I would have so many jobs. I would quit jobs, and I would want to do this and start from zero. But it's just like, starting from zero is not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not.
It just gives you another opportunity to start over
again. And that's why it goes back to the same thing. It's the way you look at it. Yeah. Like, if you can look at it as like failure, but if it cannot, it could also be a whole new beginning. You know, exactly.
In my world, or at least how I view life, I don't think I ever will lose, or there's anything like you said, a moment of like failure
where you feel like you failed.
Right, because I know whatever situation that it is that I'm in is God's will.
See, something good is gonna come from that.
Right.
Maybe not right now, maybe not tomorrow, but something good is gonna come from that. And so what do you feel like for you, like with yourself now, after where you're at right now? Like, what do you feel like you struggle with the most, like with your own person?
With my own self, I wouldn't say like being just being obedient.
Yeah.
Like you said, like, we all know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
And we have the free will to choose
what to do. Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things that are for this world that we get so intertwined with because we lose sight of, the important things, and we just get lost with everybody else. That we just start to do things that everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And I know that that's not right.
Yes.
So even though my faith is strong, but it's just like, one thing that I learned recently is worse to sin knowing that it's wrong than not knowing and doing it.
Yeah.
Because now I know that it's wrong, and I'm still deciding to do it.
Yeah, you have accountability now, where before you didn't know.
Exactly.
So it wasn't really your fault.
Right.
But now when you know.
But now I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and because of my past experiences, just from mistakes, there's some things that last year I would do that I know I should have not had done. And I know God wasn't punishing me for the results afterwards, but I knew he had to make me go through a little bit more hardships, because I knew that what I did was wrong. So he had to be like, you're still not learning your lesson.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be doing these things, and you're still doing it. So I can't, pay you with good.
Yeah. When you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
And it's really hard. I feel like, I'll speak for myself, I feel like it's so difficult. Like, okay, at home, like with my husband and my kids, like in my home, it's really easy to be obedient. Like, it's easy. Like, okay, I know what we have to do. Like, even though I'm still not perfect. It's hard when I step out of my house.
Yeah.
And I'm around people, and I'm around my family, and I'm around friends, that I just feel like it's really difficult to, you almost, like, at least me, because I've kind of been a people pleaser my whole life.
Yeah.
I feel like lately excuse me, that's been changing because I don't see things the same way and I don't view myself the same anymore. But for a long time, actually majority of my life, I was like a people pleaser. And it was like, yes, because I didn't want to make anybody feel bad or uncomfortable, or I didn't want to let anybody down and stuff like that, right? So it was easy to say yes. Now that I know, like, not only is that not okay, but being obedient and doing what God wants me, how he wants me to act, how he wants me to be is so difficult to do out there around everybody else, you know? I don't want people looking at me like I'm a weirdo, you know? But at the same time, and I think about it, like, I'm so proud to be called like the daughter of God. I'm so proud to be chosen by him to live a life that I see now that is like true happiness versus trying to have everything figured out, and knowing that I could put my trust in somebody that will never fail me. Like, okay, I don't care. I'll be the weirdo, like, or I'll be the oddball or be anything, because people don't have to understand it.
No.
And they don't. And I'm not going to spend my life trying to explain why I am where I am in the way that I think. All I would like people to know, and all I care for people to know, is that I have been through so many tears that it's like, this is the reward now.
Yeah.
Like
that little sense of peace a little
yes.
bit. And like you said, we probably are, like you said, we're probably struggling on a day-to-day basis, but we're able to find the little bit of joy and peace.
Yes.
Because we know that God's going to take care of us.
True joy, you know?
Right.
Not like...
Because before we were like, oh my God, say... how am I gonna make tomorrow's rent? You know, this and this and this. Like, now we're anxious, but it's just like, I still feel at peace because one thing, God has never failed me. No. And he's never left me hungry.
Nope.
So it's just like, when you think about it in that point of view, yeah, we might be struggling and we're battling with certain things, but like you said, God loves us so much that he will not allow us to go through certain situations.
Or anything like you can't handle.
Right.
Nothing that you can't handle, or even you don't even have to have the answer anymore, you know.
And that's okay.
It's fine. It's like, that's the beauty of it. It's like, we don't have to.
We always, like you said, it's the expectation, and we need answers. Because that's just what society installed into our brains. That it's just like, but why? Like, okay, but what are you going to get out of it? Yeah. I don't need it.
Or what if it doesn't work out?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Right.
Or what if what you're doing, like, it doesn't...
But that's the beauty about starting,
like, I don't have to know.
From zero.
Yes.
Because it's like, it gives you a new opportunity,
a new beginning, a refresher.
And every single time, you're just more aware and you're smarter. So it's like just learning from your mistakes too, and like you said, knowing what it is in the life that you want, and accepting that it's okay to live differently than other people. Yeah. And I think that gives us peace.
I love that, because it's true. Yeah. Setting healthy boundaries too. So, you know, it's just, I love you guys, but like, this isn't good for me. Or I love whoever, maybe people in your family, maybe friends, maybe coworkers. I don't know, anybody. Like, you could still love them, but you just know that it's like, there's no peace in this relationship, or you're just past that. You're past it. Like, growth is what's important. And I feel like the people in my life, like my family, you know, my friends, which I don't have a lot of friends. I truly don't have a lot of friends, because I feel like I'm more like, my family is my number one, you know, who I don't have a lot of friends, my sister and stuff. But the friends that I do know, like, I feel like I love, like, a lot. Like, I love you as a person. I love you as a human being. And sometimes people feel they take advantage of that. I feel like people come and they see like a nice person, and they will. So I feel like you have to learn to, like, to set boundaries, and people.
But another thing that I learned also with, like you said, like, because I'm speaking for like women or myself. Yeah. Because we're such nurturers.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
A lot of like love to give. I had to learn also that just because people come into our lives and break us, that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to change our ways. Yeah. Because people hurt us. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of people make, because a lot of people get envy. A lot of people just get resentful because people get hurt. But it's just like, that has nothing to do with you, because other people are battling with themselves.
Yes.
And that's why people do the things that they do.
Yes.
And it has nothing to do with who you
are as a person.
So why would you allow that situation to change you from being a loving person?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people...
So that's so good that you're saying that, because it does.
I mean... It's like, for example, like, I'm such a lover girl, and say, like, I'm sure there's other girls out there that went through toxic relationships, but just because that didn't work out for me, and that person didn't value my love and appreciation, doesn't necessarily mean that I have to change
or stop being like that.
Great traits that I have. Yeah. For my future self, or the future person that I'm gonna like be with. And a lot of times people change their own personal ways because hurt has come into their lives. But that's when, you know, like me, I seeked God, because I knew that there was just so much hate in me, and I didn't want to feel that anymore, because it's heavy.
It is heavy.
Carrying a heavy heart is not. It's not light. Every day you wake up and you can just feel the heaviness of it all. And when you come to God, it's just kind of like that sense of like relief.
Release.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And I feel like I did change a bit. I feel like now that you say that, like, that actually gets me thinking, because I feel like I became more reserved as a person.
We block people off because, like you said, like, I had just friendships too, where I've had friendships with good people, and the friendships end, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna not allow other
friendships to come. Yeah.
But it's just like, this is why God is so nice and so loving, because He's everywhere.
Yes.
And with everything. So it's just like, some friendships had to die for new friendships to come in. Because then there's like, it's like, sometimes He has to remove because there's no room for what He wants to give you.
Yep.
And you have to think about all the things like that.
Yep.
So it's just like, God hears everything behind closed doors.
He knows.
Some friendships and some relationships weren't giving us no, like, purpose.
Growth.
Or just, the intentions of other people were not always good.
Yes.
So it's like, everything that He takes away is for our own good.
Yeah.
And then once He removes, then there's space for Him to give us new blessings. So I think when you see things like that, it's really beautiful.
I love that, because like I said, you literally opened, like, a little light turned on in my head, because it's true. I didn't think about it like that. And that's the beauty of God.
Yeah.
You're not, it's a change for the better all the time. Like, you're not going to ever you're never not going to stop growing spiritually. First of all, like, you're always going to
I think we're
grow.
never going to stop as, like, never. There's just too much to learn.
And all the lessons that are still to come.
Yeah.
Because we are going to go through hardships still. We are going to go through unexpected things. And that's the hardest, when those things do come and we're not ready for it. Like, events in our life where you're not ready for it, or it's unexpected. That's your chance to say, like, okay, we're going to take what comes with it. And I trust that God, that this is happening for a reason. Or you can have it be a setback and go back and say, like, well, like, why would this happen to me? Or, like, why is this happening to me? But it's like, why not you? Like, what?
Yeah.
We're all human. We're all able to, we're all, like, none of us are not worthy of, like, oh, you're not, nothing bad, no te va a pasar nada a ti, or, you're so good. Like, no, all of us are able to have things happen. And they will happen to us. Like, we're all equal. We're all equal. Nobody's better than anybody else. And if you have that mentality, well, it's like,
yeah, like you said, it's just perspective.
literally that's what it is. I feel like the way that you look at a situation can either be like, you could have like that victimizing mentality where you're like, oh my gosh, like why would this, or you could be like, okay, well, it happened.
Like you said, the victim mentality really does come a big play, because it's just like, why does this keep happening? Why? But it's just like, you're not seeing it from the other lens that God wants you to see it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he's taking you out of, you lost your job. Now you don't have a job for 2 months. But God removed you from that job because he wants you to look at the bigger picture. But you're not willing to look at the bigger picture because you're too upset about losing this job.
Yes.
But you had to lose this job in order for you to see what he wants you to see.
A new opportunity.
Yeah. Exactly.
A new opportunity, a new place for growth. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's literally that is your perspective on everything. And having God first really does make a difference, because you learn to be so optimistic, and like you don't let like, you're like, okay, well, this is happening. Oh, well, we'll get through it. I tell that to my husband all the time. I'm like, well, we're here now, so we're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna get past this.
It's like you said, we're gonna take what God has given us,
and we're gonna
put it to work.
Yeah, like we have no choice, right? We're not gonna sit here and we could be upset. Like, we're gonna get frustrated and all this, and it does nothing. No, it really only harms ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Porque ya andamos like de malas, or we're like all upset, frustrated, and we're still in the same spot. Like that situation's here. So,
and I think, like you said, it does makes us like more amargadas, and people don't see how big of an impact just your attitude can make around other people.
Yes.
Because we have energy, we have energy, and it rubs off other people.
Yes.
So it's just like, it's so nice, like how I'm talking to you, because it's just, you can see that this is like God's work. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And like with other, I'm losing my train of thought.
No, sometimes you meet people and they don't have the same mentality as you. You can't have certain conversations with people.
But I'm saying, as in, like, say I walk into the room and I'm amargada and I'm mad, and now I'm making other people uncomfortable, versus coming in with, that situation wasn't my fault. Why should I continue living my life and my day in this like rut hole when it's just like, I'm still walking and living in a blessing. Yeah. Even though something bad just happened.
And people don't want to be around. I'll speak for myself. I always like to say that, because like truly, like I don't like to be around people that are so negative.
Right.
I don't.
It affects
us. Like the mood. Yeah. Your change. Like you could be like so like, oh, like I'm so happy. And like, okay, not everybody's happy 24/7. Neither am I. That's not what I'm saying. But we're talking about like, you walk into a room and like, someone's off, their energy's off, or they're just like in a bad mood. Like you're just like, okay, like, well, this is, it does. It really, really does. You know what I feel sometimes too? I feel like people are, I don't know if people just don't feel like they're worthy of good things. Like, or they're just so used to having, like going through so many miserable things happen to them, or so many bad things happen to them, that they are just, when good things do, they don't even know how to see it.
It's funny you say that, because I feel like I've been dealing with that myself recently. And I have a therapist, and I was talking to her about that. I'm like, why is it that when people are good to me, it's so hard for me to accept it?
Why is that?
Or why is it that, like, my friends and want to give, friends and family want to share and be loving to me, and I'm just kind of like, like, this doesn't feel right. Yeah. But it's just like, I think that just comes with the traumas.
Everything you're so used to.
From our past lives.
Yes.
That we're so used to receiving so many negativity and so many criticism and so much like bad comments, or just like, for example, I don't know, like me myself, like got bullied in like middle school, and things like that stay with you. And then when people want to be good to you and be kind and loving to you, you're just like,
or like, hard. You're so beautiful.
Right.
You're
it's so hard to accept
you're like,
because we're so used to having negativity be thrown at us.
Yes.
And it's something that I myself am working right now, when it's like, no, but I am willing, like, I do deserve
You
happiness.
are worthy.
Right, we are worthy.
Good
like,
things.
I do deserve happiness.
Yes.
I do deserve someone to treat me good and, like, care for me. But because we get so stuck in our past lives that we don't know how to let go of those things, that when, like you said, good things happen to us, it's so hard for us to accept but I think that's something that I'm currently working on, is learning to accept the good just as we accept the bad.
But that's exactly what it is. It's trauma. It's past things. It's like the same thing. Me too. Like I got bullied and stuff too, and I probably wasn't the nicest person either, to other people. But now it's like when you have something good, or someone even gives you a comment, or somebody says, it's like so hard to believe that you don't even believe it yourself. You're like, but it's just because of everything that you have been through in life. And those are just things that we have to break. Like,
but it's so hard, I would say, I want to just speaking to myself, because this is something that I had to recently like learned and work with, as in like, we're so stuck in living in the past, because the memories just keep playing in our heads. Like situations just keep playing in our heads, but it's just like, God doesn't want us to live in the past.
No.
Those things happen, but it's just like, why are we taking 2-3 steps backwards and still dwelling on what already happened, instead of seeing all the good that's to come?
Yes.
So I think that's something that has helped me when I think about things in that perspective.
Yeah.
So like you said, I'm learning how to let go of all the hurt, all the traumas, all the negativity, because I'm more focused in what's ahead. I'm done looking at my past.
Yep.
Because that version of myself is like not there anymore. And sometimes we lose sight of that.
Yeah, you're not that same person anymore. You're
every
not.
Day, like, we grow as time comes by.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
you are not that person anymore.
Right. So it's just like you said, like,
and it's hard to let that person go sometimes.
It's hard to close that chapter in your life, but that's why God has us in different seasons all the time.
Yes. How long have you been in therapy for?
I started therapy, I would say, I've been in therapy maybe for the last like 5-6 months. Yeah, it's something that I chose for myself.
It's really good.
Because like I was mentioning, I was in this state as in I just wanted to do like a 360 change in my life, mentally, spiritually, physically. And I knew that I had to, heal some wounds and traumas. And I'm trying to recreate a different version of myself. So that's what made me want to go seek a therapist, because I seen that there's areas in my life that I know needs to be worked on. And I'm like, well, it's not going to fix itself.
Yeah, there's the resources are there.
Right.
We just,
And I think that's something
to look for them.
It's hard for people to, would say, do themselves, because I wouldn't say the most important thing is to just be have self-awareness for yourself, because you can't take care of other people or love other people when you don't even love yourself. Yeah.
Yes. That's really good. That's really good. And I feel like with our culture too, like therapy is not something that at least our parents, when were they going to be talking about, I'm way at terapia? Like, it's not,
or like, you're depressed.
Yes. Depression doesn't exist. Okay. But it really does. It's even in the Bible. Like, depression is a real thing,
thing. And a lot of times we push it off, and we don't work with, our wounds and our traumas, and that will carry on and pass on to our kids.
It will.
And our relationships. And it's just like, I don't think it's fair for other people to experience any sort of mistreatment of any kind, verbally or anything, coming from me.
Yeah.
Because I'm broken.
Yeah.
That's not the other person's fault. So I think that's a big step for just changing ourselves within, and that's something that has helped me a lot, because now people tell me like, oh, you encourage me to be better and this and this and this, and that's honestly like, I don't think money can buy.
That's so rewarding.
It is rewarding.
Yeah.
Because I'm all like, oh, like I see God's work in me.
Yeah.
And now my own personal work is being rubbed off to other people.
Yeah, it's reflecting other people. Yeah. Like what you're doing is having a positive impact on other people's lives, you know? And like even in the Bible where it talks about like, don't be anxious about anything, but like pray about everything. Like all these things are real feelings. Like it's acknowledged, but it's like, we come from a culture, we come from generations where you're not allowed to express that, or you're not even allowed to say like you have that, because that doesn't even exist. Right. Like you deal with it. But I feel like this generation of us now, like all of us come from the same type of generation, like our parents, the way they were, the way they raised us. Everybody is like to a point where we're like, we don't want that. Like we want better, you know? And I think that's the point, right? Like even my kids, there's going to be things that they're going to have to probably deal with because of me. And they're going to have wounds that I have caused in them. And I'm very aware of that. And right now, maybe they're so little that, you know, I don't know what that's going to be, but I know that because there's no such thing as a perfect parent, there are things that I have done and to them where they're going to have to need healing from events in their life too, from their childhood, you know. I'm so thankful with God that, you know, they haven't gone through half the things that I've gone through. It's like even my oldest daughter, but that just makes me see like there's progress, you know, and it's not going to be perfect. There are going to be things that are going to happen in their lives. There are going to be moments.
But that's the beauty about individuals' own journeys.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like even though it's nice that like as time goes, you know, your kids are going to have it better than you.
Yes, that's the goal.
They're also going to have their own journey and their own like testimony at least one point. And the good thing about, you know, being, you know, in your household, I'm sure, is that like, it's just keeping God in the center.
Yes, girl. And that is literally like one of the main reasons why it's like I have to change the way I am. Yeah. My relationship, because of my kids, and my relationship most importantly with God, because if they see my mama loves God, my mom prays, my mom, you know, like dinner table, let's pray before these little things, my mom's going to church, like even if tomorrow they're not where I want them to be, or if tomorrow they decide like, oh, I don't want anything with God, one day I know by faith that they're going to come back because they've already been introduced to it. And I know it in my heart that they're not going to walk away from it. You know, I really truly believe that.
But like you said, it's like them seeing is like us being an example.
Example, perfect. That's yes, exactly. You're already doing something that we didn't see. Well, at least I'll say for myself, I didn't see growing up. You know, and I like to think sometimes like they did the best they could. Our parents did the best they could. I'm not gonna sit here and criticize the things and that we went through it in our childhood, but at the end of the day, it's like they're human beings too. We're human beings too. They had their mistakes. We're going to have our mistakes. Like learn and don't try and make the same ones. And every generation praying and hoping that it gets better. You know, breaking those generational curses that we've had, or things that we now have to deal with that truly weren't even ours. It's like we just got carried onto it.
It came with the like you said, like there's things that already naturally were passed on to us. That's not our fault. Yeah. But it's just like, but what are we going to do moving forward, though?
Exactly. You can stay there, stuck, or
you can fix the situation and allow what you learn to make an impact in like your relationship with your family, others, and things like that. I like how you said that we can't, you know, like you said, it's not our parents' fault. Yeah. But if you think about it, and this is what kind of allows me to have more grace with my parents. Yeah. Because for the longest time, well, I'm sure, I mean, just speaking for myself, but, you know, you see what your things our parents do and the decisions that you make, and sometimes you don't even agree.
No, you don't. A lot of the times
it's just like you had to give them grace because this is their first time being a parent themselves.
Yeah. It took me a while to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
It really did.
It does take a long time.
It took me a lot. And that comes with forgiving and a lot of forgiveness and really, really understanding what God wants for my life, because I had a lot of anger or a lot of questions like, why would they do that to, like, if you loved me, why would you do that to me? Right. Kind of thing. Or if you love me, why would you treat me like that? But again, now that I see things different and that I really have learned to put God first, it's changed the way that I even look at them. And I'm like, they're your kids too, Lord. Right. Like, forgive them. Maybe that they were doing the best they could, and because like I forgive them.
It's their first time also being in this world.
Yeah.
And being a parent, and it's their first time being at the age that they are. Just as it's our first time being where we're at in our lives. So I feel like you can't really put a blame on your parents and what you've gone through, because everything was also just new to them, just like it's new to us.
Yep.
So it's like when you think about it like that, like you, like I said, I now have more respect for my parents and I have more grace for them, and I'm more like patient with them, because like you said, it wasn't their fault either, because all they know is what they were taught.
Yep.
And then they just taught us what they were taught. Yeah. But the great thing about where we're at now in life is just like we have more resources than they did.
Yes.
And the world has just grew. So it's just like the best thing I want to say about this generation is that it's allowing us to have more access as into creating our individuals differently and just living life different than the way they did.
And healing.
Yeah.
Healing.
Yeah. I don't think that was a thing back then, huh?
Healing, it was not. They're like, what? Healing de qué?
For real, like you said.
But healing now, healing. Literally thinking about that, healing. Yeah. And just knowing like that you can heal, you can grow. You do not need to be stuck in what happened to you or what you went through. Like, that may be part of your story, but that is not
who you are.
Exactly. That does not define who you, it's not who you are. It doesn't define you. And that all makes up the person that you are today. So you know what? Thank God that those things happen, because look at you now. You know, look at the person that you are now. I think that's, if we all had that mentality, like, oh my gosh, you know, I tell my mom, when I talk to her sometimes, I'm like, Mom, but why do you think like that? Like, I really genuinely question, like, I asked her, why do you think like that? And she doesn't even have an answer. She'll just be like, well, because, like, but see? I'm like, no, Mom, but why?
Yeah.
Like, what about this?
Like, logically,
why? Like, what do you really think? And no, she'll just be like, pues es que así, like, aquí. And then I'll think in my mind, like, okay, like, they really, like, she really does not see past this, or whatever situation that she's going through or that she's dealing with, like, they really don't, you know? And I'm like, okay, Lord, well, maybe there's times where that's going to happen to me. My kids are going to ask me, and I'm going to be like, well, I don't know. This is just the way I think, you know? But I hope and pray that I continue to grow, continue to have an open mind and the ability to see things, not just through a different
your lens, but other, like,
the outside, and to see the way God would see, like, his children.
That's the big thing, is just being, like you said, like, considerate, because, and having an open mind, because something that I personally like is just, I have my own perspective, but I always like to hear the other person's perspective.
Yes.
Because even though I believe a certain way, or my values are already, like, aligned with these things, I like to know how other people also think. Because now, what if I learned something new that I didn't know? Yeah. Or what if my perspective now changes because I got a better understanding of the situation that I thought I understood. But then that's the great thing about just having an open mind, is that you get to see life from other people's like lens, and then that helps us also fix areas with ourselves.
You're always willing to grow.
Yeah.
Like you're always willing to put yourself in other people's shoes, or just really, even sometimes people aren't even given the opportunity to be good, like to have a success. Like sometimes people just come from really crappy and really like worse situations and things worse than I went through. And I'm like, and sometimes those are the people that they're like the most humble. They're the person that you can learn, and they're people that you can learn from. And sometimes us prideful, and I say myself, like sometimes I could be so prideful that I'm like, oh my gosh, like they went through all that, and look at how like humble they are. Like God, please, like change, But you can always learn from anybody, really. I feel like anyone that's, and just it goes back to what you said, like having that open mind and willing to see other people's point of view and perspective on situations, you know?
I think that's important. It'll just help us grow.
And see things different. Yeah. Well, I am so thankful for you. I'm so thankful that you wanted to be a part of this with me, and I hope that this isn't the last time. Once you're in school, you're learning more things, more stuff happen, that maybe you'll have or even like now that you're going to school, like a topic might come up and you can even think like, oh, I'm gonna go share this with Erika.
It's definitely a nice little life change, because I'm putting myself back into I'm putting myself in new environments, and I think that's big with anything you do.
Yeah. And doing this you need to be a little bit brave. You need to have a little brave. So thank you for doing that, because I know it's not even me. Like sometimes I still get nervous. Like I still kind of, I had taken a break. It was a little while that I hadn't done any episodes, and I don't think, like you said, failure is an option. So if I had a break, it's like, okay. And even prior to this,
it's time to kind of like reset your
mind. I'm like, I gotta get back on it, because doing it and being here now, like I'm like, this is what it's about. So I thank you, and like I said, I hope that it's not the first time. You guys, if you want to get your hair done with this beautiful lady, she does beautiful work.
Thank you.
Follow her and get your hair done. All right, thank you.